Now let us see the next topic in plant ecology, that is negative interaction. In the previous topic, we have discussed about the positive interaction of plants. Now let us see about the negative interaction of plants. What is negative interaction? When one of the interacting species is benefited and the other is harmed, then it is called as the negative interactions. So these negative interactions, it is classified into four categories as predations, parasitisms, competitions, and amensalisms. The parasitisms is once again classified as holoparasites and hemiparasites. The competition is classified into interspecific competition and intraspecific competition. The first topic what we are going to see is predation. Predation, it is an interaction between two species, one of which captures, kills and eats up the other. So the species which kills is called predator and the species which is killed is called a prey. So here the predator is benefited while the prey is harmed. So for this the example in plants is insectivorous plants. Already we have seen these insectivorous plants in 11th standard. So there are number of plants like Drosera, which is said to be the sundew plants, Nephanthis, which is said to be the pitcher plants, Dionaea, which is said to be the Venus flytrap, and Utricularia, which is said to be the bladder wort. So these are the predators. These plants consumes the insects and animals. So the plants secrete a special nectar which attracts the insects and small animals. When they reach the plant, they are swallowed by the plant because these plants grow in the nitrogen deficient area, so they are in requirement of nitrogen for their growth. So the next predators are said to be the herbivores. The herbivores like cattle, camels, goats, etc. They will be eating or grazing on the tender shoots of herbs, shrubs and trees. Generally, the annual plants are affected more than the perennials. So this grazing and browsing may cause remarkable changes in vegetation, which also leads to the predating activities. Next one is said to be the defense mechanism. Here, the defense mechanism is evolved to avoid their predation by plants. Example, Calotropis. It produces a highly poisonous cardiac glycosides. Tobacco, it produces the nicotine. Coffee plant produce caffeine. Cinchona plant produce quinine. Thorns of bougainvillea, spines of opuntia and latex of cacti also protect them from predators. In the negative interaction, the next classification is parasitism. The parasitism, it includes the two different species. One is said to be the smaller partner and the other is said to be the larger partner. So the smaller partner, it obtains the food from the larger partner for its growth. So here the parasitic species is benefited while the host species is harmed. So based on the host parasite relationship, parasitism, it is classified into two types, that is holoparasites and the hemiparasites. Now let us see about the holoparasites. Here the holoparasite means the total parasites. So the organism, it will be totally depending upon the host plant for their entire nutrition. The best example is Cuscuta. So the Cuscuta, it is said to be the total stem parasite which depends upon the host plant even for inducing the flowers through the hormone which is received from the host plant. Now let us see about the next classification in the parasitism. It is hemiparasites. The hemiparasite is otherwise known as the partial parasites. So here the organism, it derives the water and minerals from their host plants, while it will be synthesizing its own food material by means of photosynthesis. So this is said to be the hemiparasites. The good example for the hemiparasites are Viscum and Loranthus are said to be the partial stem parasites. The xanthalum is a partial root parasite. So here the parasitic plants, it produces the hostorial roots inside the host plant which absorbs the nutrition from the vascular tissues of the host plant. Now let us see the next negative interaction, competition. So the competition, it is an interaction between two organisms or species in which both the organism or species will be harmed. So the competition, it will be severe among the population that are irregularly distributed. Once again, the competition, it has been classified into intraspecific and interspecific. Now we are going to see about the intraspecific competition. So the interaction between the individuals of the same species is known as the intraspecific competition. In this, the competition, it will be severe among the members of the same species for the similar requirements like food, habitat, pollination, etc. Since they also have the similar adaptation to fulfill their needs, the competition will be severe, which leads to the total destruction of the species. So in this picture you can see that the plants are competing for the sunlight. When they are not able to get the sufficient sunlight, the plants will not be in position to conduct the photosynthesis and the plant will die. The second classification in competition is interspecific competition. So, if the interaction is between individuals of different species, then it is said to be the interspecific competition. So, here we can see in grassland many species of grasses that will be growing well with a little competition when they are able to get the enough nutrition and water. During the drought season, what happens? There will be a shortage of water and the grasses, it will compete one another to get the water. So this will lead to the destruction of the species. So survival in both this competition is determined by the quantity of nutrition, availability of water and migration to new areas. What do you mean by migration to new areas? When the nutrients or the availability of the water is not sufficient for the plant, it will be moving in search of a new places for its growth. Then it is said to be the migration to new areas. During this process, what happens? The species in that particular area, it will be destroyed. The trees, shrubs and herbs in a forest, they will be struggling for sunlight, water and nutrients. It also struggles for the pollination and also the dispersal of fruits and seeds. The Utricularia, it competes with the tiny fish for small crustaceans and insects. So this occurs in the lakes or ponds. The last classification in the negative interaction is amensalism. So the amensalism means it is an interspecific interaction in which one species is inhibited while the other species is neither benefited nor harmed. The inhibition is achieved by the secretion of certain chemicals called as allelophatic substances. So in amensalism it is also called as antibiosis. For example, the Penicillium notatum, it produces penicillin to inhibit the growth of a variety of bacteria, especially Staphylococcus. Trichoderma, it inhibits the growth of fungus Aspergillus. The roots and hulls of black walnut, Jugula nigra, secretes an alkali, juglone, which inhibits the growth of seedlings of apple, tomato and alfalfa around it. So in this picture you can see that the black walnut, it neglects the growth of the plants near to it. So this also leads in the destruction of the species. In this topic, we are going to discuss about the interspecific interaction and co-evolutionary dynamics. First, we will see about the interspecific interaction. Under that, we are going to see about the mimicry. The mimicry, it is a phenomena in which living organism modifies its forms, appearance, structure or behavior and looks like another living organism, which is a self-defense and which increases the chance of their survival. The floral mimicry is for usually inviting pollinators, but animal mimicry is often protective. The mimicry is a result of evolutionary significance due to shape and sudden heritable mutation and preservation of natural selection. So now we will see some examples for this mimicry. The plants Ophrys orchids, the flowers look like a female insects and it attracts the male insects so that it gets the pollination, and it is known as the floral mimicry. Carosium morosus. It is a stick insect. It looks like a walking stick. So it is a protective mimicry. The Pylium frondosum. It is a leaf insect. It looks like a leaf. So this is also one of the protective mimicry. Under interspecific interaction, the next topic what we are going to discuss is mimicophily. Already we have seen this topic in lesson 1, how the ants are helping to pollination. So this mimicophily is otherwise said to be the pollination by ants. So here the ants, it acts as a bodyguards to some plants. The ants, it takes their shelter on some trees like mango, lychee, jamun, acacia. So these ants, sometimes it acts as a bodyguards of the plants against any disturbing agents, and the plants in turn it provides the food and shelter to these ants. So this is known as the mimicophily. Example, acacia and acacia ants. The next topic what we are discussing is co-evolution. What is co-evolution? The interaction between organism when continues for generation, it involves reciprocal changes in genetic and morphological characters of both the organism. It is a kind of co-adaptation and mutual change among the interactive species. For example, the corolla length and proboscis length of butterflies and moths, bird's beak and flower shape and size. Other examples are hornbills and birds of scrub jungles, slit size of Pollinia, of Apocynaceae members, and leg size of insects are some of the examples for this co-evolutions.